Hello everybody and welcome to a new video on Erev Sukkot. Today is the night of Sukkot, Sukkot Eve, and tomorrow will be the first day of the Sukkot festival. I think in English it's called the Feast of Tabernacles or something like this. So what you can see here is a sukkah. Sukkah, here's the entrance, and when you go outside there's another sukkah. And here it's a very nice sukkah. I have to say it's not my sukkah, it's a sukkah of a restaurant nearby. I'm not eating here, I just entered this newly built sukkah. And look who's there. I don't know if you can see it. There you see a cat sleeping on the chair. So you've got your first ushpizin, so to speak. So, what's going on in Jerusalem on Sukkot? A lot. I think Jerusalem is the best place to be for Sukkot. It's not a cheap festival, as everybody of you probably knows. First of all, because lulav, etrog, and the arba minim, it costs a lot of money. Well, actually, you get here something for 20 shekels. You can buy a set. 20 shekels, like, let's say, $6–7, you get a whole set. But if you want something decent, like Mea Shearim style, or whatever, something really kosher, etrog, you can spend a fortune on this. What's going on? Almost every Jerusalem neighborhood has its own Sukkot festival, so to speak. So they are doing like local activities, like just on Tuesday, this Tuesday here in the Barker neighborhood, which is very close to my neighborhood. There's nothing going on in Abu Tur where I live, but if you go to Barker on Tuesday afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock, so you will have a whole street festival for Sukkot. Activities for kids, music and food and everything. And as it is, it will be expensive and people spend a lot of money. This is how it goes. What I do is, like, I usually eat at home. I don't eat out a lot. First of all, I know what's inside of the food. Then I save a lot of money. And I have bigger portions. Not that I'm eating so much, but, you know, portions are bigger and I don't have to be upset about paying 80, 90, 100 shekels and having hardly anything on the plate. So, what am I going to do for Sukkot? I have to say, I've been suffering from a cold. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got some fever. I took a tablet and I've been suffering from a cold for the past 2 days. So I'm not doing a lot tonight. I may go over to Chabad. I don't have my own sukkah. My balcony is too small and I can't put anything outside into our garden because of the Arabs. The Arabs are passing there all the time. So it's too dangerous. But anyway, I may go for Mariv to Chabad tonight, just around the corner. And they have something going on in their sukkah. So I may go there for a few minutes or whatever. And food, I'm just preparing something not traditional, but something very simple. I'm making hamburgers for myself. So tonight and tomorrow I'm gonna eat hamburger. I know someone, like, her tradition is to make stuffed cabbage. You know, I couldn't have this, otherwise, you know, I would never leave the restroom probably. But okay, so anyway, I'm gonna have hamburgers. And well, today here in Jerusalem is only half a day, so shops are about to close at about 3–4 o'clock this afternoon. Also, the buses stop running at this, around the same time. And tomorrow is an official holiday. It's a day off. And Tuesday Chol HaMoed, the intermediate days of Sukkot start. I have to work Tuesday and Wednesday, half day. About Friday I still don't know. Thursday I'm off, and Thursday I'm planning on going to the Old City, where there will be thousands of people and everything is going to be crowded, expensive. I'm not really buying anything, I'm just bringing my own water bottle and look around, and that's it. So if you want to do something in Jerusalem, come to the Old City. There are many places to see, many tours. One tour is for free. It's the only free tour as far as I know, and it is only in Hebrew. You could go, I've seen this before, but I participated a few times. If you don't speak Hebrew, so maybe you have someone with you who does speak Hebrew and can translate a little. Otherwise, the tour is run by Ateret Kohanim. It's a national religious yeshiva, and they show you around in the Arab and Christian quarter where Jews live. Actually, Jews, like this whole organization, Ateret Kohanim, they bought property from Arabs and they put in Jews. It's a whole big story, and it's not that easy. I've done this tour many times, and it's very interesting how Jews live in the middle of the Arab or Christian quarter. Christian quarter in Jerusalem means that these Christians are also Arabs, Arab Christians. But they do stick together with the Muslims when it comes bashing Israel. So it doesn't really matter. So there is this tour. It's a free tour, and a free tour in Hebrew. And they meet in front of the tunnel where it goes from the Wailing Wall, from the Kotel, into the Arab quarter, like where men used to wash their hands, like the water fountain for men. This is where they meet, and they announce it. They announce it in Hebrew only. So it's very interesting to see. I may go on this tour, I don't know yet. If I do so, I will film. And not everything because of security reasons, but it's an interesting issue. I could not live this way, but with all the security around in the middle of the Arab quarter, I could never live this way, but there are people who do, and those people are tough, and the kids are tough. You should see the kids. So otherwise you can tour the city of King David. You can do any kind of tours, but the other tours all cost money. Like the city of King David, entrance fee for an adult is 45 shekels, which is in dollars, let's say $10, something like this. I don't know the rate, the currency rate at the moment, something like this. And it's about 11 euros. And basically this is it. Of course, the greatest festivals are going on in Mea Shearim, all these Simchat Beit HaShoeva festivals. I've been there in the past many times, and I really enjoyed it. When I started blogging, I went to Mea Shearim. I also know some people there, and I had this whole Mea Shearim issue, going to the tishes and everywhere, going on for a year or two, or maybe even a little longer. The problem is that soon after I started going there, writing about the tishes and everything else connected, so other people got this idea. I don't know, I don't want to say it's because of my blog, but other people organized tours, and also national religious groups went to the tishes. And I know about national religious girl groups who started fighting with the Hasidic women about Zionism, about all kinds of things. So then other tour groups came. I'm talking about Israeli tour groups where people didn't dress up and took all, let's say a group of 20, 30 people walked in to the tish, and they took all the space and they took all the seats, and when Hasidic women, like members of the group, came, they with their kids, they didn't have anywhere to sit. So everything was overcrowded, and then these groups made noise and they didn't dress up modestly, and there were all kinds of issues. So most Hasidic groups said, this is it. On Pesach and on Sukkot, Simchat Beit HaShoeva, we only let in our own members, so that they have space and there's no one bothering. With the guys, it's easier to sneak in, I would say. But with the women, in the past I had this experience quite a few times, that they had security guards on for their Simchat Beit HaShoeva, and these security guards only let in women, like members of the group, and everybody else had to go. So it's a pity, because when I started this whole issue, it was still possible to go anywhere. There were no problems. And then, due to all those different kind of tour groups, everything was destroyed. Hasidic groups shut down, so to speak, on Pesach and Sukkot. And you can't really go anywhere anymore. I mean, you see many, especially American seminary girls going. But another issue is also, you know, it's so crowded, sometimes you hardly get in, and the only thing you see is, I mean, from the women's perspective, it's women's legs, like standing on those, you know, metal stairs or whatever it's called. And you don't really see anything, you don't really get anywhere. And it takes ages to get in. And this is why I don't really go anymore. I don't know about this Sukkot, it depends. It really depends, I don't know yet. Also because of the cold, I have to see how it's gonna go. And I have no idea. I can't tell you anything. So I will see how it goes. Definitely it will be crowded, and thousands of people and thousands of Hasidim. And, well, as I said, for the guys it's easier. But for the women, you know, when you have 1,000 women in front of you and you have to look downstairs to where the Rebbe is, you don't see anything. There's just no, you know, you don't have a choice. There's just, there's no chance for you to, I don't know, squeeze through. Because you have the women and 1 million kids, and that in front of you, and that's it. So all you see is women's legs standing there or whatever. Sorry. And well, I will see how it goes, how everything develops. And well, at least you see two Sukkot here in front. In the background there's this kind of, it looks like, I don't know, a nuclear power plant or something, but there's actually a restaurant inside. I can't recommend it. I think it's not kosher, but I'm just on my way to the Super Deal supermarket here to buy another few things for the burgers. And well, that's it so far from Jerusalem. And well, hope you are enjoying the first day of Sukkot wherever you are, and I wish you Chag Sameach, happy holiday or something. Chag Sameach miYerushalayim, Chag Sameach from Jerusalem.